Monday morning. I can hear there's a little bit of buzz in the background. Oh, well, never mind. I've done everything in my power to sort it out. Black magic says must be something else, but I know it's the black magic because nothing else creates the noise. Never mind. We'll keep going. So, how have you been? Did you have a nice weekend? If you haven't met me before, my name is Laurel Papworth. I do these little sleek button things that I have to look at. And on Monday mornings, I go through the news of social media from the last week because I'm catching up on my own news, I guess. I'll just take my monitoring out. Nothing worse than listening to yourself in echo. So I check my tech setup on Monday because I do a lot of Zooms and webinars and live lectures. If you haven't seen my Thursday lectures, this one's very off the cuff. I do a very structured lecture on Thursdays that I have run points or running points for and different things. Now, am I glitching as much as it looks like on my preview, or is that not quite correct? Who knows? Hopefully it's streaming fine. There's a reason why I record these as well. My apologies to LinkedIn. The last few sessions have not gone out on LinkedIn, and the reason for that is LinkedIn. That's nothing to do with me. LinkedIn's API is not brilliant. What's our keyframe? Intervals 2. We're going out at 12:80, 7:20. It says I'm online on all of the sites. So if this is a little bit like jumpy, please let me know. So I practiced my tech setup, which I haven't changed anything except for my buttons on my Stream Deck. I completely redid those. And then I'm, what else? I think that's it. I play a little bit with the sound. I'm trying to get rid of the buzz, but it's not really working. Let's go on. Let's keep going. I might go on the bottom right. So for the news, let's have a look and see what's going on. Let's see what the highlights are. New Facebook Business Suite features include scheduling stories and editing scheduled posts. Oh, I thought we knew that. Hi, John, on LinkedIn. Let me know if this is really jumpy on LinkedIn. I'm trying to figure out if it's just my browsers being funny. I think I've been trying to keep up to date on Business Suite, Business Manager, Creator Studio, all the different apps. As you know, Facebook is not a website, it's a framework. It's a framework like iOS. And the whole of Facebook is made up of lots of little mini apps like Messenger and video apps and newsfeed apps and things like that. And so at the moment, they're playing around with different apps and what they're going to allocate to each one. I'm not that eager to stay up to date on absolutely everything, primarily because it seems to me that if they're going to change it that much, it's going to be kind of annoying. And I have to tell students, clients, one day it's in Business Suite. Now it's in Creator Studio. Hey. Analytics have moved from the page to Creator Studio to Business Suite. I can't remember. And it's all in the last few months. So Mike Lindell's new free speech network called Frank something. Feel frank, be best frank. Won't let you use the Lord's name in vain. I want you to remember that we unite on purpose and we divide on values. Meaning we come together because we want to talk about a topic, but then we divide on what is important to us. I don't know if I want to go through to that one, have a look at it. How we combat scraping. Every time you use a search engine, for example, you're using data which was scraped in automated ways. Facebook, seriously? Let me go there. involve information obtained from a number of other companies, including LinkedIn and Clubhouse. So they're basically saying it's not our fault. Can you see this clearly? This is on about.fb.com. If you don't go there, it's their newsroom, their social media press room. So I always subscribe to this for the latest that they're telling the press. Using automation to get data from Facebook without our permission is violation of our terms. Sure, you can pull whatever you want out of the API, but you do it and scrape it, it's bad. External data misuse EDM team. Don't you love the fact that Facebook uses the same term? So I'm not happy with Facebook at the moment. It's going to be a big whinge against them. Don't you love the fact that they use EDM or like or event for so many different things that are completely different. So an event can be, oh, I'm having a party, let me put the event up on Facebook and people can say if they're coming or not. Versus somebody visited your website and they fired the pixel and therefore that's called an event. So that's what an event is. People can like your page, which is like subscribing to your magazine. If we're in rant mode, we might as well be in head mode. People can subscribe to your Facebook page. That means that they're a subscriber of your magazine and therefore that's a like. They like your page or they like a post, which is an article in there. I don't get it. Oh, no, I'm still very, very laggy. Never mind. Let's keep going. I wonder if it's black magic. I always blame black magic because usually I've figured out everything else is working fine by using the other black magic, but it might not be in this case. It could be our connection. And we are getting an upgrade to our NBN, which is our internet service here in Australia. And then Telstra is a client of NBN's and Optus is a client of NBN. So I'm through the Telstra reseller agreement with NBN and we're getting an upgrade. But I think it's tomorrow. That's exciting. Are you excited? I'm excited. Anyway, EDM. What does EDM stand for? Electronic dance music. Woohoo! So they've got a dedicated electronic dance music team. Or EDM direct marketing. What does the E stand for? EDM direct marketing. Email. Electronic direct mail. Okay, so they've got an electronic direct mail team as well and an external data misuse team. I don't know. What is it important to you? Probably not. But I know I'm going to be standing in front of people going, and the EDM, and then they're going to say, which EDM? Made up of data scientists, analysts, and engineers. Okay, no sociologist, no social psychologist, no anthropologists. And as usual with Facebook, because they're missing that, they won't get as far as they think they're going to get. Okay, I'm in such a bad mood against Facebook today. I think it's time that we moved on to something else. They're going to go, why are you picking on us? I'm like, let me give you a list. Manage what you share on Facebook. Sure. Unless it's their third-party partners who have access to everything. Okay, no more Facebook. Let's go somewhere else. Australian social media. Let's go to Google's Social Media Australia. See, this is annoying because they just say, they mention social media and then it comes in as, it's just plain news. Photo sparks concerning theory about Tiger Woods' future in golf. Custom-made practice golf course. I saw that they'd mourned online. So Mark and Donnie Wahlberg mourned Mother Alma, who died at the age of 78. And they did it through an obituary video and tweets shared on Twitter. I'm really interested in public mourning. I've done quite a lot of work in the area of the eternity generation. So the eternity generation is the generation that's coming through that's documented from in utero. So sound, ultrasounds are put up on social media and shared. And then we've got ultrasounds, we've got all the way through first day at school, and then through births, deaths, and marriages. And then once they pass, the information's still online. So what we have there, of course, is an eternity generation where great, 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 great grandchildren in the future will be able to see great, 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 great grandmother's holiday snaps or first kiss or ranting about some movie they saw back in the 1970s. All right, where are we? Byron Bay businesses vow to boycott Netflix's Byron Bay's Instagrammer reality series. This criticism. Film and TV production should be welcomed with open arms for the money and the exposure they bring. Depends on what they're saying. About influencers living in the seaside town. It's a docu-soap following a feed of hot Instagrammers living their best lives, being their best selves, creating the best drama content, #no filter guaranteed. Byron Bay locals say the town deserves to be portrayed as more than just a haven for influencers. Fine. Go create your own series. Like, seriously. Disintermediation of social media means disintermediation, and it means everybody can create their own story from their own aspect. Remember, we unite on purpose, but we divide on values. I have an issue with influencers being treated like this, that they're all shirts off, posing in front of a mirror, showing how, awesome their abs are, because I know that that's not what influencers are across the board. So I went on a trip with I was invited on an influencer trip with the Spanish government, and we met with all the ministers. Not one of us has our shirt off as an influencer. Although if you pay me enough, joking, sort of. It's find your own influencers. What do you want Byron Bay to be known as? I thought it was this kind of town. Maybe they need to change the branding of the town. I don't know. We're still breaking up, aren't we? Never mind. I'm going to have a look and see what the actual recording is like, and I'll put the full recording up later if it's too bad. But hopefully you won't mind too much if I'm choppy and changey and I'm in the corner. We have two towns here in the mountains. One has a very clear branding, and lots of tourists go there. No, it's not Katoomba. And all the shops have the same colour themes, and it feels like a quaint little village when you walk through. We have another town that believes that it's the sister town, or that it's very similar, and it's absolutely not. It's so daggy in comparison, and there's unpainted shop fronts, and it's a mess. I don't mind it. I don't necessarily want to go to a tourist town every time I need to go to a local village, but I do wish that they'd stop comparing themselves to a town that has clear branding. It would be interesting to find out what the Byron Shire thinks its branding is. I would have thought, what would I have thought? I would have thought lots of vegan, vegetarian, meditation, yoga, kind of alternative living, grassroots living, off the grid, van life. I'm just throwing keywords at you, but they kind of tag to form a psychographic that would be the primary audience that is the branding for Byron. Now, of course, there are others. There are cashed up grey nomads. There are retirees that have retired there permanently. There would be a range of different kinds of organizations. And I think that if I was going to advise small business not to shop, not to open their shops for the Instagrammer thing, is the business owners need to clarify who their actual business is. And if they say locals that live in the area that have farms, then they can boycott them because it's not their core business. But if their core business is that group, that sort of alternative living group, good luck. Instagram is where they live. Part of it's because they're the visual story type too. Where are we up to? I don't want to go on too long. I think it's too choppy today. 16 minutes. Okay. I'm just catching up on the news. You're catching up on the news. We're all catching up on the news. What's going on in big data? Facebook claims AI can predict drug combinations to treat complex diseases. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Their AI is pretty phenomenal now. Do you remember years ago they said the AI knows that you're going into a relationship with someone 21 days before either of you two know that you're going in a relationship? Data analytics keeps attracting investment through the pandemic. Yeah, I thought it would. Is there anything here that we need to know about? Google researchers boost speech recognition accuracy with more data sets. That's concerning because if they sell that to the supermarkets, then their ambient environment patent is extended even further, where not only is it picking up what's going on in the environment and listening in through the devices, but then it's also identifying the actual people speaking through those devices. And the patents always say, so we can deliver ads better. But I'm not so sure. What else do we have here? No, I'm not talking to Facebook. They can go away. I'm not looking at their stuff. What I do want, I think, is to see Instagram's announcements. They've done some stuff this week and I don't remember what they said they were doing. Do you remember? You've been very quiet today and very quiet last week. Maybe it's just too jerky for people to watch. Oh no, it says there's people on Facebooks, but you're not talking to me. All right, let's see what Instagram's telling us this week. 42 days ago? Have they changed their... They must have changed their URL. No, that's it. Oh, there it is. Don't change your RSS feeds, guys. Seriously, if you're going to change it, tell me you've changed it. Of course, I'll probably miss it because you changed it. So what I need to do is add this one. Let's see if we can get a feed out of it. I think the network's really slow. It says I'm following that one. All right, I'll have to fix that later. I think I have to burn my own feed and then bring it in. So 1 article per month. 33 days ago. Really? That's all they've done? What else do we have here? Avoiding Facebook. Google, what's Google testing? Do you have a social media monitoring dashboard to keep up to date on the news on social media? And what feeds do you use? I like to use Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and all the primary platforms. And then I switch down and I use third party, Buffer app, Hootsuite, later Graham, a few others, whatever my clients are using. And then I noticed that Feedly's bringing in Reddit now, so I can bring in all the Reddit feeds. 17 months ago, they must have a new one. 8 months ago. Oh, April the 13th, mutation testing. Sort of thing I'm interested in, probably you guys aren't. I'll have a look at those later. Let's go to LinkedIn and see what the LinkedIn news is. 2 months ago. This is a problem. They need to separate out their feeds into different languages. Why would I want the German feed when I don't speak German? I speak Italian, I speak Arabic, I speak Bahasa, I speak a little bit of French. Well, I did 5 years of French at school, but I'm crap. I speak a little bit of Dutch, lived there for a few years. What else do I speak? The path forward, conversations for change. I think we looked at this in a previous one. And let's go to Twitter. Don't forget to pull in, if you can see here, there's the Twitter marketing YouTube channel and the Twitter blog. So if you don't find what you're looking for on the blog, go and bring in the YouTube channels or the Twitter feeds or LinkedIn feeds or something else. That's so old. Why is it so old? Because they've changed their blog to this one. I need to delete that one, don't I? Unfollow. Yep. Not really doing a lot there, are they? Let's see what they've got on their video series. Nope. Twitter University. See, this is what you have to do. And the reason why I'm sitting here doing it with you is so I don't have to do it on my own. It's lonely. To our YouTube TV members, an update to our content and pricing. It's so expensive. It's more expensive than Netflix. So I don't bother. We don't have it in our house. $65 US. Here's a tip. Make your own content. And they've only got stuff from 2020? Isn't it interesting how the pandemic made everybody fall off the wagon with regards to their social media content strategies? The key time when most people were on social media, when people were looking at creating creator studios, and they decide to fold their content. Now, I'm pretty sure they haven't. I'm sure I've seen something, but it looks like, just looking at the screens, it looks like these feeds are not being updated. So there might be a feed somewhere else that is being updated. I don't know what else to tell you. I know there are other news coming through. Let me just have a look at. It's on another screen. Don't worry about it. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to entertain you. Page speed. No. Internet speed. Run the speed test. Just while I'm looking at this. So the upload is 3 megabits per second. And the download is 36 megabits per second. Is that good? It says it's fast. So I don't know why it's being jerky. Latency, 9 ms. So it must be, I think it's the Black Magic. I did do a recording though, and it was fine. Odd. Okay, let me go back to here. Pull this over here. Is cheese important to you? It is to me. A recent Instagram post featuring a baked feta dish with cherry, tomatoes, olive oil and spices that went viral. As a result, feta was selling off the shelf. I have a feeling that people that already know and love feta, and I am absolutely one of those. I'm addicted to it. It is my snack of choice. We would buy it anyway, whether you put photos in front of us. So what this may have done is introduce feta to a group of people that don't normally have feta sitting in the fridge. The only reason I don't have feta sitting in the fridge at the moment is because I've eaten it all. We're noticing young adults and even teens. See, this is what I mean. It's about amplifying into audiences through FORAF or through the social graph. FORAF is friend of a friend, social graph, but peering down, peer-to-peer, and then peering down is bringing the next generation in. It's the sort of thing we see with fashion brands that are trying to get young people to buy their fashion, or we may see it in newspapers trying to get, somebody who's not in their 70s to buy a newspaper, that kind of thing. The influence and impact social media and recipes continue to have on the cheese category has been a big surprise. Really? I would look at cheese porn all day long. Oops, there goes my optimization. I said the P word. Touching all aspects of the business, from the producer to the buyers. Stop touching them. To our store sales. Ken Robinson, do your live streams help to grow your business? Yes. Yeah, more my lectures. So let me just pop this up on the screen. My lectures do, and I think the reason why the lectures do is because they're 1 hour long videos. So I only do the snacky bits as pre-records for YouTube. If I'm doing live streams, I do 50-minute lectures, like as if it's one of my university lectures, and often it is one of my university lectures. And then I categorize it for government, for education, for whatever. And what I've noticed is that if I have an inquiry, I send them to the video series. And then if that's all they want, they're done. Fine. That's fine. They don't need me. And then, but more often than not, they want specific bespoke help. So the more generous I am with my content, the better it works. What I want you to remember is I'm niche. That's why I break the optimization rules. I do long text posts because I'm talking to text story types. I do long videos because I need people who would be interested in sitting for 1 hour on a Zoom with me. And so I don't do the how to get 100,000 followers in 2 seconds, which I know would be like the most viral thing I could do, but is not my audience. My audience are government, and I have a couple of dozen senators and politicians and that sort of thing working with me. And I have lots of corporates and lots of global not-for-profits. And if they start with those people and then they work their way to me, which is how I like it. Where are we up to? 30 minutes of me being all jerky and horrible. What software do you use to run a live stream? Ken, my video on Thursday last week, if you look on my YouTube channel, which is what you're on, or my Facebook page, or my Twitter, or my LinkedIn, or wherever, is a walkthrough of my studio with everything from my multi-camera switcher, my multi-platform broadcaster, my Stream Deck, my OBS project for, straps like this, all that kind of stuff. So it's an hour long because again, I do everything in depth. And yeah, okay. I don't know if this is jerky to you. I really hope it's not. I think that's it. Oh, I did want to put this up on the screen. So I've got Zoom. I do Zoom sessions. I've got public Zoom sessions coming up, which means you join other people rather than booking one-on-ones or two-on-ones or whatever with me. So feel free to email me if you would like to be in that little group. I'm running really small classes at the moment up here in the mountains, 3 people. If you would like to be in one of the public ones where you're with 2 strangers, email me. If you have 3 people and would like to come up to the mountains outside of Sydney, yeah, let me know. You can have the whole day to yourself with me. And I think the rest is the usual rubbish that you can get off my website. Okay. Gonna have to love you and leave you. Thursday is the next video lecture, live stream lecture. I'll get the jerkiness sorted out by then. On EduSocial, creating online courses, pre-recording courses, pre-recording webinars, content calendars, social media. We've already done the studio. You can see that in the previous one in the series. What else did we have? We had how I create a course in 1 hour, which includes funnels and payments and everything all in 1 hour. And I did that live. It's not jerky. Good. It's probably just my Restream preview then. Your internet speed you mentioned seems slow. I get 97 upload and 97 download and 39 upload. No, mine was more than that, wasn't it? Let me go back to here again. Let me go to the bottom left. 36.7 download. Oh no. Okay, so you're 3 times as much. And your upload. So what's possible is that the NBN upgrade that's happening tomorrow might be to speed this up. Gee, I hope so. What I'm really hoping is that NBN and Telstra have noticed how much live streaming comes out of our office and our training rooms. And they've gone, oh, poor little Muppets. Why have I still got that up? Poor little Muppets. We really should upgrade their internet. So Telstra, if you're thinking that, you're back in my good books. After turning off customer service phone calls over Christmas and New Year, you're back in my good books. Ken, I'm on the highest plan that we can have here in the mountains. I was on a higher one and they downgraded us because they couldn't meet the requirements. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but I know that the technician has said to me, "Ooh, you're the longest distance from any point of interconnect, colo, box, whatever, that I've ever seen." I'm a ex-telecoms engineer of many years, having worked for Cisco and UUNet and Optus and Telstra and others. So my little eyebrow raised when he said that. We're not on the box at the end of the street. We're on the box on the end of the next street. And it's a really long road. We're the last house in the Blue Mountains before you go down into the Central West. Literally like one of the last houses. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I'm waffling. Stop me from waffling. 34 minutes. How could you let me do this? TPG, yes. The thing to remember is that NBN is the service provider and everybody else is the reseller. The only thing that all the other guys get to do is bill you. And so NBN is the primary and then the reseller agreements. I think it's against regulations for NBN to provide a better service to one service over another. And if I thought changing service providers from Telstra to TPG would make a difference, and the only difference is with support, billing. I worked on quite a few resellers, and I was involved in a court case with resellers, so I sort of know what goes on there. I could go to the ombudsman, maybe. I don't know, but they don't get back to me anymore. I think they're fed up with me. You're only 200 meters from the box. Ken, I'm coming to your house. I'm coming to your house and I'm going to do my live streams. And I'll bring my green screen with me and no one will even know that I'm in your lounge room. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for Ken for piping in. Thanks to John. I don't know where all my other little regulars are. I think they're busy. Not sure Mondays is a great day. Not sure for this kind of thing. It's good for me because I'm catching up on everything, but I think other people are in meetings on Monday mornings, and maybe you go into work with the best of intentions on a Monday. Maybe Friday afternoon when all those intentions have gone would be better. All right. I'll see you on Thursday for the Edu Social lecture series, and at the moment, next Monday for the news series, and I'm going to go into a countdown so we don't chop off too quickly. Bye. Thanks. Bye.